Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Shack. We got a bunch of projects on the go on the bench here. But this week, and I'm going to do it over a series of days, so you'll be seeing me change my attire throughout the video. But we're going to be building a 3-element performer array. It is not it's not a POTA performer. It is the performer. The KJ, you want to call it something, called it the KJ6ER PERformer. Don't call it a POTA performer because it's much more versatile than just for parks on the air. It's the KJ6ER PERformer, and we're going to make a 3-element version of it this week. If you don't know what the 3 elements are, there is the driven element, and then on a quarter wave on each side is a director and a reflector. So we're going to build that array here. We're just going to build it for 20 meters. We're going to keep it simple. You could build it for multiple bands, but for this demonstration only, we're going to build it for 20 meters because that allows me to keep my cable requirements pretty simple. Although I do have enough parts that I could probably do it for multiple bands. And I don't know, I'll make it a game time decision. Anyway, we got to build our 3 support structures first, and then we'll go out to the beach and try it out, or we'll go somewhere and try it out. Maybe I'll go somewhere where I have a bit more room to spread out. So anyway, let's build this thing and I'll show you what I'm doing throughout. Okay, first off, very, very important, critical lesson here for anybody wanting to build a Challenger, a Dominator, or the Performer. These PVC test caps you get at the hardware store, they belong in the recycling. They're absolutely garbage. I got these ones. These are electrical PVC caps, and they are much stronger, much thicker. Hear that? And they work really well. I took this one out to something similar to that to the beach today with the Challenger, and it held up really well at the wind. So make sure you get the right test. These are not test caps. These are PVC U 1 1/4 inch. I got them off Amazon. Very easy to find on Amazon. But yeah, don't get the test caps because they're flimsy and just don't work. Thanks to the viewer that left that comment, by the way. That really helped. So one of the things that I had to get on Amazon as well, these bolts. I don't know what's with our local home hardware, but they only sell bolts that have like the thread coming down to like an inch above here, and then the rest is kind of just like just smooth. I need one to come out all the way down. So I had to order these off Amazon, which weren't that expensive, but slow down the project a little bit here. Anyway, so I drilled my hole into the bottom of the PVC cap here, and I just feed the bolt through. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. I also picked up a lot of these washers that fit right perfectly on the PVC. Just gives it a nice metal edge. I know, edge, that's the word I'm using for. Anyway, it gives you a nice metal surface. So it gives it some added strength. These are little things I pick up as I screw them up. God, I've screwed up enough of these performers building them in my time here. All right, so there you go. There's the bolt through there with the washers and enough exposed bolt to put the trucker mount on. When you get the trucker mount, it comes in pieces like so. So you have to take this off and reverse it so the opening runs vertical, and all your pieces are here. For example, I don't know if you can see that. There's a piece missing on this one. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But this little insulator here, make sure you put it on the top. I've seen other YouTube videos where the person put it below. You need to put this on top, the top piece, to shield it or to protect the center connector from the shielding of the coax. So this is your little insulator to keep those 2 circuits separate. So there you go. I got the trucker mount and the PVC cap with the bolt through. So all we need to do now is it to our 1 1/4 PVC pipe here. What I do for that is this Gorilla adhesive. It worked really, really well with my Challenger. Do I have the Challenger in here? No, I left it in the truck. Anyway, it held really, really well. So it'll just fit on there. It'll fit on there snug, and then you just glue it. And as I say, Bob's your uncle. Do you have to glue it? No, you don't have to. But for added stability, I would. I'm not going to rip these apart. Once I build them, they're there for good. PVC pipe is pretty cheap. I got a whack of it over here. Actually, I got another performer that I bought from Bob, who builds them, J System W9 LDN, who makes really, really good product. So I got that one already built, and I got some extra PVC pipe here that I may use. I don't think I have another piece of 1.25 inch, so I may have to go with a 3/4 inch. But you know what? We'll make it work. We just need to get it up in the air. Yeah, there we go. That took all of 20 minutes to build. So now we'll just go put that aside and let that glue seal. So we got 2 done. We have to make 1 more. So since we don't have another section of 1.25 inch, we have this 3/4 inch, and we got a 3/4 inch test cap here. So we'll make the one out of 3/4 inch, and we have another trucker mount right here. I got this one I gotta send back because they didn't include this little bolt in it. So I gotta send that one back. All right, let's build this one, and then we'll go and put the counterpoises together, and then we'll just find a window that we can take this thing out to the field. So as I continue to build this here, the biggest challenge that I see with a lot of parks on the air activators is they have crappy antennas. I mean, I've been listening for a long time on the air as a hunter, and for some guys, I can never hear them, right? And I don't see anybody working them. They're not getting respotted. So it's very, very important that you have a really efficient and good antenna. I really like the KJ6ER designs. They're free. You just download them at KJ6ER.net. And I also like the work that Salty Walt does. I've been very clear on this channel that those 2 guys are big influences on what I do. And I build a lot of KJ6ER antennas, and I build a lot of Salty Walt antennas, and they all seem to work really, really well. I know some people go, oh, Stuart, but you're by the salt water. I'm not always by the salt water. And when I do my VE6 trip this year, I'm thinking about taking the Challenger with me because it's nice and compact. I can drive it into the ground fairly easy if I have some soft sand, and I can find a spike somewhere locally. I don't have to worry about bringing all that stuff with me. And, get my son. I'm sure my son will have something kicking around that I could borrow. And, away I go. So, if you're a Aboot activator, especially with a solar cycle, going down in the toilet, I would really improve your antenna skills and get some good antennas, because they're gonna make your day versus just throwing a piece of wire into a tree or running off a ham stick. And I know my friend David, HI8D, just activated with a performer from the Dominican yesterday, and he was booming in here. And Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot X-Ray, the Fox, I call him. He also runs the performer and booms in here. I can tell when a guy has a good antenna from the hunter. I can tell, and I'm not bragging when I say this, but I can constantly work 150 QSOs, even with terrible band conditions. It's because I know I have a good antenna. Okay, back to building. It's funny, as I'm working on this and I'm talking to you guys, I told Greg KJ6ER about a year ago that I'm not a builder. I'll just buy it from Bob. And I bought 2 Aboot performers, Aboot performers. I bought 2 performers from Bob, and they work great. And I said, wow, you know what? Even though I'm not that mechanically inclined and I don't have any real carpentry skills at all, I could build this. And I have built, and it's work, and they work really, really well. Even my own shabby build. So they don't have to be perfect. That's the thing. You guys don't have to worry about making things perfect. They just have to work. That's what I always say. Anyway, we got the trucker mount all ready to go here. All right, so there we go. That's how easy it is to build. There's another cap ready to go, and I just got to put this one together. And then we got 3. I want to do? Maybe I'll try doing 4 and then 5 and then 6 elements. I'm going to talk to Greg and see how that would work. So what I'm going to do here, because I think I have 2 25-foot whip and a 4 17-foot whip. I'm going to use the 25-foot telescopic whip for the reflector, because it needs to be about 5% longer than the driven element, and the 17-foot fully extended is good for the performer for 20 meters. And then I can use the 17 whip and just shorten it by 5% for the director. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'd love to see how 4 or 5 or even 6 elements would work on this thing. That would be a big build, and you need lots of space. Because remember, between each element, you need a 1/4 wavelength. So that would be a big project. I'll have to talk to Greg about that one and see how that would work out. And if there's any real dB gain to doing that. I imagine imagine there would be with more elements. Anyway, always be experimenting. As Salty Walt said in one of his latest videos, in this hobby I have too many experts, and I'm not an expert, trust me, and not enough experimenters, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is be a little bit more of an experimenter. Okay, let's put this stuff together, and then we'll build out the counterpoises, and we should be good to go. There's our 3 performers all ready to go. The two, the one on the outside, the black one and the gray one, took me like 20 minutes to build, guys. Not hard to do, not hard to build. So I have all these counterpoises these counterpoise wires I got from Greg. So I gotta go through, I gotta add some of these Wagyu connectors that I stole some from to make another project. So I gotta put them on. What I don't have is this huge alligator clip. I bought other alligator clips, but not these huge ones. These are the Mueller 25 amp, 24 Mueller clips here. I don't have those big ones. I want to buy from Amazon one of these 24 amp Mueller clips. So I may just do that because I got a ton of the other ones right here in my tool chest here, but I don't have the bigger ones. And I think I got some other cables in the truck too. I'll have to go take inventory there. I have a 40 meter set. I do like these, I do like these winding. I have some of these. I think I'm gonna rewind my cables onto these. I have some sticking around here somewhere. Look at that, got 3 of them. That's much better. I like this better. All right, that's a lot neater there now. I can put a little bit of a sticky there to tell me what they are. There's our performer mask ready to go. And of course, there's King Archie. Hey, Archie. We haven't had you on the video in a while. How's things going, buddy? Oh, hey, everyone. It's Archie. Hope you're doing well. So that's it for today here in the shack. The next video you'll see will probably be out in the beach or in the backyard testing. Maybe we'll test in the backyard first, but I'm pretty confident it'll work. Okay, we're gonna be magically whisked away to Delaware. Okay, all my Wayne Rural fans will get that one. All right, we'll see you guys right after this transition.